Hey guys, today we're going to once again be going over the the Verte uh the Verte combo that just essentially jog unlocks your opponent. So all we'll be needing is the Verte, Albion, the Sanctifier Dragon, Jaugen, Branded Fusion, and Fallen of Albaz, which should show up here. Yup. And while we're here. Nice. Anyway, this is the minimum few cards you need to put in, I guess, aside from like the cards that actually make like Verte. So there is specifically just one downside and only one downside to this deck essentially, or not deck, this this combo. So the one downside is, oh no, if we open Branded Fusion, we can't do this combo anymore. So what can we do to just resolve this issue? So I just remembered this card existed after figuring out that Dragon Master Magia combo. So, oh right, Illusion of Chaos. So all we really need now is just either a good way to search Illusion of Chaos or just a good reason that we are playing Illusion of Chaos. So let's see. Chaos form doesn't mention Illusion of Chaos. I'm sure, right? I don't think we can pre-prep this, right? Let's see what pre-prep says. Add one ritual spell from your deck to your hand, and then we have to, or yeah, add one ritual monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand whose name is mentioned on the ritual spell. So it doesn't mention the name, so we can't play that unfortunately. So we can't go with that route. So how about we try stuff with Diviner maybe, and this could be a play potentially. So alright, I have a bit of an idea here. So if we have Diviner, is there something we can do with Diviner as well? So if we run Diviner in particular, this is a good way to send Herald of the Arclight, and we're not locked or anything, which is pretty important, I guess. So if we were to Diviner, let's see. Diviners send Heralds of the Arclight, grabbing Illusion of Chaos. I mean, that would work, but then we also need the Diviner, which is kind of annoying. So not that big a fan of that. And then we also want, of course, Magician Souls to be able to send cards. Ideally, we would be playing something like that. So if we have things we can send off of Magician Souls, seems pretty ideal to me. And Illusion of Chaos, we would like to have a way, specifically probably a combo way to search this. So of course we know the best way to do that is just to make Herald of Arclight in our combo. And what combo would do this? It would have to be a really stupid one, that's what it is, I guess. So if we just want to make a singular Herald of the Arclight, I think that's no big problem. We could probably do that with like a Snake Eye combo or something, and that would be not that problematic. We could also get draw off of like formula, I guess. And then we have enough bodies, I believe, to do things with this, but we want to be doing Illusion of Chaos on, or searching Illusion of Chaos on our turn, so yeah. Any other ways we can get to sending? Well, there is another way aside from these guys. So we still do need the Herald. That is unchanged. And the issue I have with this is not going to be a big one, but this should work. Okay, so we're grabbing Herald of Arclight, and then we're going to be grabbing a few spray cards. So for the time being, I guess we'll go with this, and this. So we'll need to try to spam out some bodies. That's what I'm thinking. And this will be slightly more efficient to do. So the target I want to send off of Sprint is specifically going to be what's this monster called again? Gale Dogra. Gotta really search the databases in my brain, you know? A lot of monsters in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, okay. Gale Dogra. We're going to summon Gale Dogra. So, Sprint, dump Dogra. Elf, summon Dogra. That's one way we can do it. The other way we could do it is we could use the punk cards or just in general like Diablantis. And Diablantis can dump Gale Dogra. And then Gale Dogra can actually send a second card as well. Just whatever we want, I guess. And I'm not sure exactly what we would do with the Gale Dogra here. Honestly, no, not 100% certain. But if we were playing Punk, we could always send the field spell for a draw, right? So that's always nice for our Magician Souls, and then we would have Magician Souls plus an extra body to do. And I do think we want to send one more monster for our extra deck to the graveyard. So just for the purposes of this, what do we want to send? We could technically like there are a lot of different targets we can send, like Shuttle Construct, I believe, is able to combo if we were to send um, Construct. I believe that is Winda. So at that point, why even bother with some of this stuff if we were to do that? So let's do something else. If we send Kick Killers, that is mill 5, and then if it mills this, it's going to be pretty miserable. If it mills this, pretty miserable. If it mills this, this is actually okay because we could be playing Effect Failure, so we're actually okay in that regard. But everything else, pretty bad mills. So we can play it safe with a Garura, I guess. So that should be alright, I suppose. Should be no issue whatsoever. Okay. Next up, we're going to be looking at our life points once again and realizing that Verte makes us pay 2,000. So we can only realistically send one card off of this. So that will be Herald of Darklight, my guess. And then we have Gigantic Spray. So with this Gigantic Spray, it's just going to be like a 3.2k guy, right? Okay. And then I'm not 100% sure what else we can do with just like a Gigantic. We could actually try to summon something off of Gigantic, but that locks us out of like the Verte, so maybe we don't want to do that. So we could try punking it up, because punk is a good way to make the Diablantis, I guess. But I'm feeling particularly sinful today, so instead we'll go with Sword Soul. So Sword Soul can make 8 as well, so might as well give it a shot. And I believe we can't link summon using the tokens, which is a thing. So all we have to really do is figure out how we're making a Sprite Elf. So let's see. Is it optional to summon the token? Then you can special summon. Wow, this is actually optional. I mean, it still doesn't help, but okay. This is this. Well, the whole effect is optional. Okay. So let's go ahead and just work it out for the time being. So we do want to make Sprite Elf. How do we make Sprite Elf exactly? We would need Sprite Elf to bring back Gale Dogra, I think. That's probably the best way, and then we can easily make like Diablantis. It's not even like a question. But I have zero doubts about this. We can make Diablantis. So if we make Diablantis to send Gale Dogra, none of these guys are a good level, I believe, to set us up here for our combo. I don't think. Yeah. Okay. Grabbing all of these cards, and we should be solid now, I think. In terms of starters, we're good. Okay. So if we want to do a quick link to, what's the best way to accomplish this in Sword Soul? And specifically, this link to has to be made in kind of a weird way, potentially. Oh, right. Completely forgot about this card. So we have, oh, right, Sharnga. Easy. So we have Sharnga, and then we will also be synchro summoning and stuff. So that means we could easily fit in Ringo Worm. Oh, this simplifies things a lot. So now we just need like any extra like body, and we should be solid, I suppose. And then in terms of like cards we have to send, unfortunately I can't really think of like that many cards we have to send in here, but yeah, it's like still fine. Is it necessarily going to be the best? Maybe not, but alright. Do we have a good spellcaster to send off of this? Not really. So let's make a modification, I guess. Slight modification. So we'll throw in one copy of Soravis. Hey, I spelt it right. Lit. And then let's keep throwing in staples, and we'll be adjusting ratios as necessary, I guess. And then here, Diabell Star. So wanted Diabell Star, Sinful Spoils of Betrayal Silvera. So we'll grab that. And how many copies of Diabell Star do we want? Probably 2. We don't really need more, I don't think. And that should be enough for this to work. And we can just send the Diabell Star to the graveyard, I guess, if we really want. Instead of Illusion of Chaos, or we can just send Illusion of Chaos. It really shouldn't matter, I don't think, right? Depends on the exact hand, I guess. And I guess now it's just wrapping up the extra deck a bit. And now we don't really need the Gigantic Sprite, I guess. Now we just have a copy of Sprite Elf as well. Okay. And we aren't running enough Wyarms, so we need the 10 things. And this is a dragon. Okay. So we're going to go a bit over, but that doesn't really matter because we don't really want to be seeing a lot of these cards to an extent. But we'll just kind of figure out how it goes, you know? So Vish, Ashuna, Adhara, whatever. This should be good enough. And then a couple of monks, something like this. And I think you do want to play like one Shotano, but let's see if we can find like a good hand. So, does this do it? I'm not even 100% sure. We have Ringo Worm here, so this probably does work, right? And we can link off Ringo Worm and then trigger the effect to summon a token as well. And the tuner and also the Ringo Worm can be used for a link summon. So if we have ideally maybe like a Tenyi, we could summon Tenyi link off for Monk. And then we can do Ringo Worm later, using the Monk plus Ringo Worm to make the Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf bring back our copy of Gale Dugra. So we need like a particularly good hand to do this, so not as good as if we did this with Punk, but you know, if it works, it works. So here we have Adhara, Sharnga, Sword Soul Emergence. So yeah, this definitely works. But here in this case, we don't need to put back Branded Fusion anyway, so instead we can just straight up make the Verte. So yeah, that is just how it goes sometimes, I suppose. And we could probably optimize this a bit more, but I'll call this good enough. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, and there might be a better way to use like Magician Souls in one of these like Verte, Albion, Jaugenlock decks, but I mean, should I really bother optimizing this that much? Probably not. So, yeah, hopefully this helped someone out there. So, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.